Today I'm making a green juice. I'm calling this one the Green Kickstarter because it's going to help kickstart your weight loss program. Now, of course, if you're going to want to start a weight loss program, you need to move more. You need to do some exercise. But diet is a big part of it. The nutrition in these fruits and vegetables, very low in calories, and will help improve or increase that metabolic rate. All right, let's start with the apples. You can pop them in whole because we've got a nice wide opening here. If the apple's really big, then you may need to cut it in half or even into quarters. Sometimes the apples can get quite big. With the cucumber, just put it into a couple of chunks. Just like that. Cucumbers press and they squeeze really easy. There's a lot of juice in a cucumber. With kale. Kale's quite stringy, quite fibrous. So what I like to do is just run my knife through it, take a handful at a time, squeeze it up into a little ball like we did with the spinach, and push it through the juicer. Let's put a little bit more kale in this one. Now, would you sit down and eat raw kale in your day? No, you probably wouldn't. But when you're putting it through the juicer, the machine is extracting the cellulose, the undigestible fibres, which is what your body would eliminate, and extracting the nutrition so you get that raw nutrition from the kale. Same thing with celery. Now let's have a look at celery. The leaves, they get a bit bitter. If you're not used to the flavour, I suggest that you remove the leaves. Don't put them in with your juice. Celery also has, see if I can show you here, a string that runs down, a fibrous string that runs right down the spine of the celery. Now, if you put the celery in whole like this, chances are that string might wrap around the inside of the press. Not going to hurt the juicer, but it's going to make cleaning up a little bit more difficult. So what I want to do to make it a bit easier is chop it. Run your knife through the celery, and I suggest the width of your thumb. That's the way to, as a guide, the width of your thumb, because that's the width of the exit hole. Pop that in, and then you can just juice handfuls at a time, really easy. So I'm going to put maybe about 4 stalks in here. That's 2. And can you see the dryness? Look at that. Really dry. The juicer is squeezing and pressing, extracting the maximum amount of juice. I've got another apple here. I want to take out that little stem, drop it in. Also, I want to put some lime in here. So let me take the skin off. Just run your knife. The great thing about putting some lime or some lemon or some ginger into a juice is it acts as a preservative. So your juice will stay fresh for 3-4 days, depending on what the ingredients are, when you add a little bit of ginger or lime. With the ginger, you don't need a lot. That's my tip for cold pressed juice, using a Cuvings cold pressed juicer. When it squeezes and presses, you get a lot of flavour out of the ginger. So I am thinking, if you like ginger, a little 2 centimetre piece like that. Again, cut it the width of a thumb, and it'll easily go through the press. Have a look how much juice I've got from here. Again, the way to go about doing it is make a good size quantity. Make a litre, make 2 litres. Put it into your bottles, put it into the fridge. And then you know what? You're not juicing every day. All you're going is going to the fridge, grabbing your juice, flooding your body with the nutrition it needs to improve your health. Look at the colour here. Remember what I said? Lean, mean, go green. The combination of the apple sweetens it, the ginger gives it a little bit of a kick, the lime gives it some tang, and you don't get that hard kale herbal flavour. If you've had kale before and you haven't liked it, maybe try putting it through a cold press juicer and add some of those extra ingredients and juice up your greens.